everything I've learned, any good thing that's happened to me has been because a mentor has opened the door for me. And it's not because I'm smarter. It's not because like I worked harder. It's not, I'm no better or smarter or whatever than anyone else out there, but I had some mentors and they taught me. And that's how I learned. I tried to learn business in school. I tried to learn finance and economics. I have 2 degrees there, but all the stuff on digital marketing, I learned from actually doing projects, right? I didn't learn, nothing wrong. I went to the London School of Economics and studied economics there. And I learned a lot of theory and I was really good at math. So I could solve down these multi-page equations, but I didn't understand what it really was to do things like buying and selling companies and the relationship aspects of that and managing millions of dollars of someone else's money, which you don't get to do in school.
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Tranquil Turtle Massage. Tracy over there, the founder, she's a small town girl from Montana, loves God, loves her family, loves her friends, loves working out, fishing, and camping. She has a passion for helping those in need and enjoys being creative with woodworking, crocheting, healthy baking, pottery, and cooking. Look, she began her massage journey back in 2010 where she graduated from massage school up in Anchorage, Alaska. She specializes in her signature massages, the Hanu infusion and the Hanu ashiatsu, as well as the gua sha and manual lymphatic drainage. If you're looking for a massage specialist and someone who can get you feeling good, go see Tracy down at Tranquil Turtle Massage. And while you're there, check out CDA Microblading, offering Coeur d'Alene's best tattoo brows, plasma fibroblast, tightening, and PMU services right there in the heart of downtown Coeur d'Alene. Make sure you book your appointment at pnwmobilemassage.com. Dennis, you're the CEO of BlitzMetrics, a digital marketing company. You're on a mission to create 1 million jobs, man. You're an international speaker. You've worked with clients like Jake Paul, Golden State Warriors, Nike, Rosetta Stone, much more. Thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Erik.
I'd love to go back with my guests. Like, where'd you grow up? What was childhood like for you?
I grew up in LA, in Palos Verdes, which is a suburb right on the beach. And I love running around on the cliffs, exploring, mountain biking. I developed endurance capabilities because I was, I had up and down all the hills. I had paper routes and I learned how to speak English by getting into e-commerce. So just naturally led into entrepreneurship.
That's amazing. I think I heard you say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
I think I heard you say that you ran a marathon at like 14 years old in under 3 hours or something like that, right?
It was just over 3 hours. And then I ran one in 2:56 at 15. And then I ran another 20 some marathons because I just enjoyed running marathons and torturing myself.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's so awesome, dude. I mean, when you were a kid, who was it that inspired you the most?
I like Phil Knight.
Okay.
And Bill Bowerman. And I was a Nike kid. And I remember flying to the Louvre, the big museum in Paris. And there's in one section, they have the Nike winged Greek goddess of victory, which is where Nike comes from.
Okay.
And I remember taking a picture of myself in front of that Nike goddess statue, wearing my Nikes. And I cut out 100 swooshes off of my teammates' shoes. And I put them on the outside of a shoebox, shipped it in, including my picture in front of the winged goddess of victory, to Nike headquarters to try to get a job. And they turned me down.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Well, I mean, I'm sure you got their attention at least. But you ended up joining Yahoo search engine as an engineer. They're very successful in that, and then also successful in what you do today, which we'll get into. But at what point in your career there at Yahoo did you decide to break away and start kind of doing your own thing and making a bigger impact?
It's when all my projects were denied.
Okay.
When you're a small company, and I was lucky to be there early.
Yeah.
It's a small team of people and we could build all kinds of stuff because there wasn't a lot of bureaucracy. And David Philo, who's the co-founder, he had swear words in his code because we could just get away with all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And then when the company got to 3,000, 4,000 people, there were a lot of managers and a lot of these other sorts of folks. And it was just hard to get stuff done because you'd go into a meeting and there'd be 12 people in the meeting. Like, who are all you guys, right? And they're like this product manager of that, and the director of this, and a manager of that. And then I'd say, you know what? I don't think you need me in this meeting. I'm going to leave, right?
Okay.
And then piss all these other people off.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to play horse trading and the politics to try to get my projects through. Like, I wanted to build like, Yahoo's all the properties, like, sports, shopping, travel, finance, small biz, mail, search, of course, all these different things that are part of Yahoo. And I wanted to do food.yahoo.com,
Okay.
but I got shut down because, whatever, politics or, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And after getting shot down a few times on ideas that I thought were great, then I said, this is like, Yahoo's a place for failed entrepreneurs. If you're actually an entrepreneur, you're going to go do your thing, right? And so we would joke because a lot of our friends were at Yahoo and they left to start a company, like my buddies who did a lot of PPC, and they started this, they had an idea on how they wanted to improve the way that we sold our ads, our pay-per-click ads, and the bureaucracy denied it. So they said, you know what, screw it, we're just going to start our own company. They did, and then sold it back to Yahoo for $300 million 2 years later. And so we would just joke saying that Yahoo was a place for failed entrepreneurs, because if you really had a great idea, you're not going to submit it to this thing they called Ideas in Action, which is like this employee ideas submission portal where they give you like $100 gift card if they like your idea. I'm like, my idea is worth more than $100. I'm going to go ahead and implement the dang thing, right?
Yeah.
Until eventually it's like, you know what, I'm out of here, right?
Wow, man, what a crazy story. So fun that you can be part of like your buddies that freaking leave and then they sell it back to Yahoo for 300 million plus, man. That's
and
awesome.
I'm the idiot, right? I mean, I could have done that. I had people, Erik, who worked for me on my team. I hired them as undergrads out of Stanford or Berkeley. They worked for me and they learned about internet marketing and search engines and SEO and all these sorts of things for a little while, and then they go start their own company, and then now they made $300 million, right? $400 million. A bunch of people that work for me are super wealthy, and then other people that learned how to do analytics on my team, because we built the analytics at Yahoo, they went to Google before Google IPO'd, and then they have $50 million, $100 million, only because they got to Google before it IPO'd, and they did the same thing they were doing on my team. So it was their stock at Google, right? If I had left Yahoo at the same time the people who work for me left to go to Google, it would be a very different picture today.
Sure. Wow. Well, I mean, and
I was loyal. See, I stayed at Yahoo. I'm like, I believe in Yahoo. Why would you go to Google? That's the enemy,
That's awesome. I mean, as I read more into your story and what you're doing at BlitzMetrics, I'm blown away by how much of an impact that you're making. I mean, it's huge. You create jobs for young adults, and you're on this mission to create 1 million jobs. Like I said, for those who don't know, what is BlitzMetrics and how did all that come together, man? And how can people join you to help you in your efforts, man?
Hey, look, everything I've learned, any good thing that's happened to me has been because a mentor has opened the door for me. And it's not because I'm smarter. It's not because like I worked harder. It's not, I'm no better or smarter or whatever than anyone else out there, but I had some mentors and they taught me. And that's how I learned. I tried to learn business in school. I tried to learn finance and economics. I have 2 degrees there, but all the stuff on digital marketing, I learned from actually doing projects, right? I didn't learn, I mean, nothing wrong. I went to the London School of Economics and studied economics there, and I learned a lot of theory, and I was really good at math, so I could solve down these multi-page equations. But I didn't understand what it really was to do things like buying and selling companies and the relationship aspects of that, and managing millions of dollars of someone else's money, which you don't get to do in school.
Right.
So I wanted to create the same experience that I had 25 plus years ago, 30, I'm getting old now, 30 plus years ago, with mentorship and apprenticeship where you're actually learning on the job. And I thought, how do I pay back the mentors that did good things for me? Like Al Casey, who was the CEO of American Airlines, right? He opened up so many doors. I didn't deserve to work at American Airlines and work on the website and build all these things at American. It was because a mentor opened the door. So I want to create 1 million jobs, which means a lot of us, like you and me and everyone else, should figure out a way where we can hire other young adults or single moms or people who are out of a job because COVID shut their thing down, or truck drivers and Uber drivers that can't drive anymore because the robots are driving, or, whatever it is. Let's find ways to create jobs for other people. But the way we do that is not just because we believe in this, but we need to have a system and training and certifications and processes in the same way that in digital marketing, there should be a certification, right? Because when's the last time you flew, Erik?
Gosh, it was earlier this year, back in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where'd you go?
Oh, actually, I went and saw Brad Lee just about a month ago.
Oh, in Vegas. Okay.
Down in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So from Coeur d'Alene to Vegas, you got on that airplane. You maybe even had a connection, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Always have to have a connection flight out here.
Now, did you have any sort of fear on whether that plane was going to crash?
I did not.
But you trusted the pilot, went to flight school and is a certified pilot, right?
Yes, hopefully.
Now, what if that pilot was on, they're on the plane, you're about to take off, they're still at the boarding thing, and the pilot's like, you know what? I'm not feeling well today. Can someone else come and fly the plane? And then I come in and say, dude, I've watched so many pilot videos on YouTube. I totally could fly that plane. Would you be comfortable being on that plane?
I don't think so.
No, but why not? I've watched so many YouTube videos of all the pilots and it looks easy. I mean, I've played Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about the experience, man. Like,
okay.
If you don't have experience in the air behind that wheel,
but I'll give you half off on the flight. Or how about this? Let's say you need some emergency surgery, right? Yeah. Something happened. And you go to the doctor and the doctor says, Erik, if you act now in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to give you 20% off your heart surgery. And if you buy heart surgery, I'll give you a liver transplant at 50% off. What do you say? I'm going to tell you the secrets on how you can be a great heart surgeon. What do you say? It's a secret. You're just one heart surgery away.
Right. Yeah. Nope, not gonna.
No. Okay. Oh, okay, fine. Buy one, get one free.
Okay.
Yeah. One heart surgery. I'll do your second heart surgery for free.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. But that's what happens in marketing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I would ask, if you look at lawyers, they have to pass the bar. Pilots have to go to flight school. Doctors have to go to medical school. There's a lot of training involved there. All right.
Yeah.
Digital marketers, what do they have to do?
Jump online.
Right. Like, watch a couple Tai Lopez videos and they're good to go. Right.
Right.
So I want to fix that.
Yeah.
I want digital marketing to be driven by the same level of certification and performance and analytics and measurability and credibility and honor that all the other fields have.
Love it.
That's why we're creating these jobs. It's not just random jobs. It's not just teaching people how to sell. Oh, let's have a 15-minute call and see if I can try to close you. No, let's not resort to used car selling. No offense, Brad Lee's a great used car salesperson, but selling is great. Nothing wrong with that. But let's teach the excellence of implementation and driving results too. That's what's missing. Yeah. There's a lot of salespeople out there.
Yes. Yep. That's true. I mean, having a mentor, it's so important. And for me, I have virtual mentors. Some of them don't even realize that I'm, that they're virtual mentor me, like Ed Milet and things like that.
Yeah.
But, and I'm still on this path to find, like, I think the right mentor to really sit down and with my situation, things like that. But for people that are looking for mentors, what is the best way for folks to find that right mentor?
Well, first off, find a mentor that's done the thing that you want to do.
Yes.
Exactly. But if you don't know what it is you want to do, how can you find the right mentor?
Right. So true. So true, man.
The issue is not the mentor. The issue is, what do you want to do?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And
who's done it, right? Go talk to the person who's done exactly that thing you want to do.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's so good, man. Because I'm a big believer on, you got to surround yourself with people who are living the life that you want to live, man. And there it is, man. So good. You created the premier digital marketing community. It's called Office Hours, and it's just $100 a month, man, which seems awesome.
It's going up to $297, so better get in now.
People need to get in now, right? Like, what can they expect out of $100 or $297 a month, man? Because I mean,
it's like Netflix for marketing, right?
Right.
So you could watch any content you want on YouTube for free, right? I mean, goodness, there's 5 billion videos watched every day on YouTube. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
But for free. So why would you want to pay to be in a community? Because the stuff is up to date, because it's checklist driven, because it's stuff that we breathe and practice every single day, and because there's support from other people that are also trying to grow their business, heart-centered entrepreneurs that have expertise, and they want to use that expertise and their care to be able to grow their products and services, right? Mm-hmm. The idea of amplifying what's already working for you, amplifying your relationships, amplifying your knowledge. If you don't have any knowledge, so if you're not a doctor, if you're not a coach, if you're not someone who has some kind of knowledge and is willing to make videos to share that, to differentiate, then you're not going to work, it's not going to work out. But if you do want to do that, if you do have existing customers or clients. If you do have a product that people are buying, then office hours is where you're going to amplify that using all our techniques and checklists. And you can do it yourself, or you can use the checklist to then hire someone on Fiverr or hire a VA on onlinejobs.ph. But if you just go out there and hire these random people, Erik, and they're not trained and they don't have a checklist to follow, what do you get?
Very low quality.
So this is the ultimate granddaddy mama of all the checklists.
Come on.
And we've been collecting the checklists from everyone else who's achieved a certain result provably and can document it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly how, follow the recipe. And we put all these recipes together and we've been constantly adding to it. So we just added a TikTok ads course.
Very cool.
Where you can paint by the numbers. So you can measure everything, and here's how you make the creative, and here's how you optimize. And so I think of office hours as the place where you can have specific checklist level stuff on how to implement for your business that you implement or you give to someone else to implement.
Right. Wow. That's awesome. I was going to ask, because we're seeing all these, I guess the Great Resignation is what people are calling it, right? Yeah. Where everybody's kind of leaving their job, man, and they're just going to work around. Why do you think it is that people are leaving their jobs, and what are they going to do?
They're leaving their jobs because they can. Right. And they found that with COVID that, the government's going to take care of things, or maybe they're disillusioned because of all the nonsense of what they had before, and they can travel the world. I mean, the last 2 weeks I've been in Moscow and Bucharest and London and Edinburgh and Prague and Atlanta and New York. I'm traveling all over the place. So why the heck would I want to go to some office?
Right.
Why would I want to, I'm not going to get political here, but I want to have some freedom here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a bunch of people are moving where you are to Coeur d'Alene or Lake Tahoe or whatever, because they realize that there is no better time on the planet to be an entrepreneur than right now.
Yeah.
That's why people are leaving. And plus, if you, when you work in a job in a big corporation, look, I spent 10 years in corporate America, so I know. How much money would you typically get every year as a raise in a big company?
Man, it's like 3% or less.
Yeah, 3%. If you're really good, HR will let you have like 6, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What was the inflation rate in the last year? The true inflation rate in the last year?
Man, I have no idea, but it's got to be way more than that. 20%?
It's 25 to 30%.
Okay. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. Like
government
presidential when they come in, doesn't that always happen?
The government printed like $4 trillion, right?
It's true. Yeah.
What happens when the government prints that kind of money?
Yeah. Inflation.
All right. So now all of a sudden, so the reason why the real estate prices have gone way up and the market's gone up and crypto's gone up, it's because cash is trash.
Right.
So you can't hold on to cash. Why? Because $1.30, $1.30 a year ago is worth $1 today. So everyone who's smart knows this. So you don't want to hold on to cash, right? So if you are working at some job and you're making, for sake of round numbers, $50,000 a year, and that's how much you made last year, and this year you're making $50,000 plus 3%. Are you really making $50,000?
Yeah, no way. You're way
no,
less.
You're making close to 35. And so I was in a McDonald's a few days ago and they had signs paying people $20 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
But $20 an hour today, is that really $20 an hour?
Not like it was, dude. No way.
$20 an hour today is about $14 an hour.
Okay.
A year and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why would you want to work at some company that's paying you 20? Now, anyone who doesn't know what inflation is going to think $20 an hour sounds great, doesn't it?
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I mean, up here, it's all over. Like, hey, hiring $15 to $25 an hour.
Yeah.
And
they can't even staff up. People won't even work at that.
It's nutty, man. It's so crazy. I mean, my first job was at McDonald's. I got paid $4.97 an hour.
I remember those days.
Way back in the day, man.
Yeah.
So funny. Dude, what are you most excited about for 2022?
I'm excited about AI.
Yeah.
That does menial sorts of tasks that we shouldn't be doing. There's a tool called Jarvis.ai, full disclosure, founder's friend of mine and all this, that will put copywriters out of business in the same way that self-driving cars are putting drivers truck drivers. They will. It's a matter of time. It will happen, not next year.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of AI
Mhm.
in marketing. I was at a conference yesterday in Atlanta in front of a bunch of lawyers. Some of these, like 5 of these lawyers do $1 billion in personal injury, like the biggest lawyers on the planet.
Wow.
And we were looking at the trends in AI and what the AI can do. And it's not just some movie, some Netflix Black Mirror. This is real. We're using this stuff today. So anyone who's in digital marketing, you know that the algorithm that runs the ads, that's all AI driven for the targeting. That's why Facebook and TikTok take the targeting away and it's all disappearing. Chrome cookies are disappearing in 2022. Google's killing all third-party cookies. Why? Because the AI is going to handle it and Google doesn't want to give out that data to all the other people. So we're training people on how to use all these AI tools. And in the last 6 months, we've been covering all these different tools and how to use them inside our office hours training, because we want to equip people to not be scared of the robots and all the different tools, but learn how to harness these tools. It's like the days where people were, the buggy whips and horse, carriages and all that. And then they moved to automobiles. And I'm not afraid of automobiles putting my stagecoach horse business out of business.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to drive a car. If cars are the thing, I'm going to learn. If it's planes, I'm going to learn how to fly the plane. So there's all these new tools, and we need to learn them if we're doing digital marketing. And we're going to create a ton of jobs because of all this AI.
So good. So good, man. I love to finish my show with a couple fun questions. I'm a big music guy. So
yeah,
who's a favorite band for you, or what's a favorite type of music you like to listen to?
I like Eric Clapton. I'm a classic rock kind of guy.
Okay. Very nice. And then, you talked about this, but you travel a lot. You've traveled all over the world.
Yeah.
I think you've spoken in 170 countries or something like that. I read on your website. Like, where's a favorite place for you to visit that has like the best food?
Oh, the best food, man. I'd have to say it's Vegas. Vegas has the best sushi. Look, I've had sushi in Japan. I've had sushi all over the place, but the best sushi is on Spring Mountain Boulevard. There's tons of these places, and surprisingly, they're all you can eat, and it's $27, which you would think it's like horrible kind of sushi, and it's not the best sushi because it's cheap. I'm saying it actually is really good sushi.
Wow,
there's a ton of competition in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out next time I'm down there for sure.
The best buffets are not in Vegas though. It's going to be in Asia, in Singapore.
Okay.
You want diverse food? Go to the hotels in Singapore and look at what they serve you for breakfast. It's not like the Holiday Inn where they give you like a cinnamon bun. They serve you a real legit breakfast.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. It's so good, dude.
Go to Singapore or Hong Kong. Yeah.
Okay. Dennis, it's such an honor to have you on my show, man. You're an absolute world changer. I love what you got going on, man. I'm excited to just release this show because it was such a great conversation. You dropped so much knowledge, man, and so many good stuff, so much good stuff, man. Thank you for taking time.
Thank you, Erik, man. Pleasure.
Thank you so much for checking out the show today. I wanted to just take one quick second of your time to point you to ericallenmedia.com. I have a ton of free and paid content on our resources tab. Click on that. Tons of books, tons of websites you can go check out. Some secret websites in there as well for you. But listen, I am available for hire for anything from product videos to content videos, review videos. I do a lot of how-to and explainer type videos, box opening videos for brands. I also do laser engraving for anything that's wood product. So if you need some, coasters made or fun tags or something like that, shoot me a DM. Happy to help you out. You can check out some of my work on our YouTube channel there. Really appreciate you checking out the show today. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing day.